So maybe you noticed, but I have glasses and I shaved my head. So new look. What am I doing? And we're back for round 2. Today we're going to talk about my portfolio from Concordia. Now this one is better, but it needs a little bit of introduction. So when I finished Dawson, I went to Concordia, but not right away into an art program, into a fine art program. I went into a program called Classics, and the Classics program was more about like ancient Greece and archaeology and stuff like that. And I did that because I graduated from Dawson a semester after the program had finished, because I still had some courses to take, and the art program only started in the fall, so I had one semester like a gap. So I went into a program not to waste a semester. I got 9 credits or something, and that helped me with my real program afterwards. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so we are 2015. Is that possible? I don't know. What year was this? We're 2020 now. Yeah, maybe. Come on, Apache. Come. This is Apache. Oh, kitty. I'm gonna be full of hair now because of you. I'm gonna be full of hair because of you. No, she's not having it at all. Well, you're getting locked in, so it is what it is. Okay, so what was I saying? Don't remember. So this portfolio starts with a letter of intent. So Concordia asks for a letter of intent. I'll read it, but like I read it quickly before starting this video, and this is also cringy. I don't know who I thought I was. Like, am I some kind of hotshot? Like, shut your mouth. Okay, let's do it. Letter of intent. I am currently enrolled in the Classics program at Concordia University. I chose this program because I wanted to expand my knowledge of ancient Greek civilization and the art that was created from the Minoans in the early Bronze Age all the way until the Classical period. I loved learning about the intricate paintings on the Minoan amphora and the elegance of the marble sculptures in contrapposto. This foundation of Hellenistic art that I have gained has benefited my current artwork because it has helped me create an identity that I'm comfortable with and that will continue to evolve. Okay. I mean, it sounds good. It sounds a bit, I don't know, bitchy. I find when I write, I sound bitchy. Oops, it fell. Sorry, she's cranky. You're cranky. Ah. I'm gonna leave. Are you coming back? Okay, she came back. She's back. She's back again. Back again. Are you leaving? Are you coming? Are you going? Let's go. Oh, she's back again. So the door closes. She just doesn't like the door closed. Okay, let us continue. I graduated from the Fine Arts program at Dawson College in 2014 and have had I wish to attain their level of skill and talent and have them opportunity follow their footsteps. What I appreciate most from each of them is their strong identity and level of. I also admire their fearlessness for having stuck with an art program, even though many, including my parents, say that art is so uncertain and subjective. Okay, we're getting angsty. I don't think it is, and I believe persistence and self-motivation is the key to success in any career choice, regardless of field of study, because nothing is handed to us on a silver platter. Finally, I'm a happy person, and I think I will bring a great atmosphere to the classroom and my fellow classmates. Okay. So you can tell this period of my life was when I was trying to prove to everyone that this is a legitimate art career, and many people were telling me no, or many people closest to me were telling me no. And I guess that's the ones that are the most annoying, when people you think believe in you don't believe in you. So this is like a reoccurring narrative in my life. I keep having to prove that I'm worth it to people, which is kind of shitty, but it is what it is. This was 5 years ago. 5 years ago. So after the letter of intent, you have to add your transcript from CGIP. Next, you have to make an image list. And let's get into it, the juicy stuff. So, this is work from Dawson, and this is kind of what we learned, I guess. And if you compare it to the last portfolio, you'll see it's a really big difference. It's more focused, I would say. That's the right word. And that's what's most important when making a portfolio. It's to be focused. I would say think of a portfolio like a collection. Don't show work that don't show like your most recent work. Show work that's very no, forget that. Show work that looks like it's part of the same family, rather than show work that looks like it's coming from many different households. Yeah, that makes sense. So, these are the first pages. Page number 1 is a giant amphora with a little bonhomme in the middle. And this is like a 7-foot drawing, 6 or 7 foot drawing. And yeah, it was one of the first times where I started drawing large scale. And it was very exciting. I remember doing this, I really liked it. Next is a painting. It's still following the Greek theme. There's vases and drapes and very harsh shadows that comes often in my work. This was a skull drawing that we did in Dawson. We had to make a drawing that didn't make your eye focus on the middle. And I remember I had made the skeleton pass through the middle, and my teacher told me to My teacher told me that it's too central, and I said, okay, I'm just gonna erase it. So then I erased the middle part, but you can't even tell. Can you tell? Where's the central part? It's here. I just made a big hole there. This was a painting that I had started, but I hadn't finished. And what is it titled? It just says Untitled Work in Progress. So yeah, it was a work in progress. Is it done now? Where is it? I think I threw it. I threw everything. I threw all my work. This is a diptych of my mom. The theme was immigration, and you can see her now. And this is her like leaving Greece, which kind of looks like a postcard. I think that's one of the critiques my teachers gave me. It looks like a postcard. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird looking at your work after a few years. Like even the other portfolio looked really cringy. This one, they're made well. I find they still hold up after these years, but they're too straightforward. They're too obvious. Like I didn't need the Parthenon there. You kind of get the message just like that. You know, she's beheaded, she's moving. I feel like that makes sense. This is too obvious. But it's not a bad drawing. I would defend this if someone attacked me. Oh, this was a sculpture. This was one of the only sculptures I made that was actually nice. But it got destroyed, and there's funny stories associated with this. One of my classmates was dating this guy, and they got into a fight, and they knocked it over, or they slammed. He pushed her into the door or something, and the door slammed into it, and it knocked it down, and it just broke it. And I tried to fix it, but it fixed, and then it broke again because it wasn't a super stable fix. So yeah, it only lives in this photo. Sad. Yeah, that's a good point, a piece of advice. Don't date anyone when you're in school. They just hold you back. They hold you back and they drive you nuts and they make you work at not your full capacity. Next, little painting study. Does it show? Yeah, a little painting study. It has folds because my friend at the time wanted it or something and lost it, but it was in his bag, folded up and crumbled. Like, that shows you care. I don't know. Oh my god. This was one of the first things I did at Dawson. It's so bad. It's a series of work taken from postcards of Greece. And I was really into cubism at the time, so I tried to like abstract it in a cubist way. And they're little picturesque, tacky little paintings, but they're not bad either. I feel like I was really starting to develop kind of painting techniques. Like, seems obvious now to me, but here, for example, I was using more white inside of my paint when I was mixing it, and like it really makes it atmospheric rather than here, which is super saturated because it came almost straight from the tube. So yeah, obvious now, but not obvious at the time. You have to really learn these on your own. Next, this was another kind of sculpture. This was a forced perspective sculpture that was meant to look like a painting from a certain angle. So this is a straight, if you look at it straight, it was meant to look like this painting. And this is when I was really into Dutch still life and very harsh shadows. I really liked when there was like black shadows under everything. Yeah, this also broke. What happened to this? It was time for an exhibition or something at school, like just a little class one, and one of my classmates took it and dropped it. Like, these people really don't care about other people's work at all. It's hilarious, but it's not like I kind of miss it, but I know it looks better in a photo than it did in actuality, so I don't miss it that much. I think it's also good not to be too attached to your work, because you're always gonna get better. If you think this is your best work, you're not going anywhere in life, for sure. Next, this was a little commission, and it was for I think these grandkids were trying to give a painting to their grandparents because the grandpa had I don't remember, some kind of some kind of disease or something. I think he died actually. He died like a year or two after this painting was given to them. And it's one of their fondest memories is when they cut the Vasilopita, which is just a New Year's bread that has a coin in it, and it's every New Year's we cut it, and it's a tradition. I'm sure there's other cultures that have a sweet bread on New Year's. So here's another painting, and this one's big. This is like I think 6 by 4, 6 foot by 4 foot, and I was really into these. I called them Scritchy Scratch. That was fun, but it's like super unnecessary now looking at them. They're very decorative, and decoration is usually not very accepted in art. Depends. That's a very bold statement. It depends. If it looks bad if things are there that aren't necessary. I guess that's the most important thing. Unless all your work is supposed to be unnecessary, then that's a thing. Of course, that's a thing. Here's a self-portrait, and where is this? This I still have it. This is a pretty good self-portrait, I must say. It's made with charcoal, and yeah, charcoal self-portrait. Now going back to my last portfolio, where I made model drawings, this is more legitimate because it's a self-portrait, and art is all about self-portraits. Oh, another self-portrait, and this one's done from observation, looking in a mirror, and done with paint. And paint was, if you remember my last portfolio, paint was not my strong suit at all, but figures were. I really liked faces, I liked figures, so I tried to learn painting by painting people and painting myself. And yeah, honestly, like, not to brag, but I think I've gotten pretty good at painting, like, full disclosure. Next is a print, and Dawson makes you do printmaking also, and this is Intaglio. Intaglio is on a copper plate. You scratch on a copper plate, and you use ink and acid to burn holes into the copper, and then you put ink, and then you roll it. Well, I'm not a printmaker. This was like one of the only times I've done printmaking, and I don't really see myself going back to printmaking. But it's a nice print. The title is Arapi, I think, or something. No, it's we, but there's the word Arapi there. And Arapi means love. Next we have a still life. I was really into still lives, and once again you can see the harsh lighting, the big shadows. I really liked big shadows. Here's a painting of the cat you guys just saw with a still life, and I was really into flowers at this point. And my work at Concordia really reflected that too. I started painting lots of flowers when I first got accepted. At my first semester, I mean. And yeah. Honestly, good memories. Not bad, not bad. Is this how it ends? No, that's not how it ends. Next, we have a 2-page spread of one painting, and you can see it's a bust. We're still going back to my classical references from my first semester at Concordia. And we have Apache again. And we're doing darkness in the background. And I must say I was really proud of these leaves. They really look like they're in the distance. It's fun. Next we have a little watercolor, but it's not nice. But it's not bad. It's not nice, but it's not bad. We We have a drawing from observation at Central Park. This one's pretty good. I think it's done with pen. Yeah. Pretty proud of that one. We have other drawings from observation. This was done at the Fine Arts Museum, the one that has lots of controversy this year because they fired their general manager. But it's okay because she's an Aquarius, so for sure she was rude. For sure. So that's what is that? A bust? I don't know what that is. And this is a model drawing from a class. It looks pretty good in a like in the video. It looks pretty good. In the photo, it's not bad, but it looks better there, I think. Yeah, and you can see I'm still doing like scritchy scratchies. Yeah, I was really into that. And that's how it ends. If you like my videos, you can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, on DeviantArt, on Patreon, and that really helps me out. And you can also like this video. You can subscribe, for sure subscribe. And what else? What is there to do? Yeah, just watch my videos. Have fun. I'll be back every week. Maybe more, maybe less. Who knows?